Welcome to Northeast Current. My name is James May, and I'm the Regional Press Director for the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation.
I'm Mike Toludo, Safety Press Officer from PennDot.
We're here today on Mulberry Street in Scranton, and we're here for a very important reason. Today, as we tape this, is Earth Day, and this is the day and the week that we take some extra time to look at our environment to see what it is that we can be doing to help out in the environment. A lot of times when people think about PennDot, they don't think about doing things that are environmentally friendly, but we are making some very serious attempts to do things that are beneficial and positive for the environment. One of the things that we do out of our office is we participate in what's called the Great American Cleanup of Pennsylvania. Mike has been working with that and some other folks in our office. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what is the Great American Cleanup of Pennsylvania?
Okay, the Great American Cleanup, it was been in effect since 2004. Over 1.4 million volunteers have picked up over 68 million pounds of litter and waste. Over 118,722 miles of road have been cleaned. 98,000 trees, bulbs, and flowers have been planted.
So essentially, let me kind of back up so we understand. The Great American Cleanup is who participates in this? Is it individuals or corporations?
Well, individuals, businesses, church groups, civic groups could volunteer, come out and clean up a part of their street.
What are the dates for the Great American Cleanup for this year?
Well, this year it started on March 1st and runs to May 31st.
And if people want to get more involved in this, what should they do to actually sign up?
Well, they could call our office at PennDot in Dunmore at 963-3502, or they can go to their website. It's gacofpa.org. That's the Great American Cleanup website. And also over 6,000 highways have been adopted.
So we have the Great American Cleanup of Pennsylvania, in which businesses can come along and they can, during this time frame, they can go out and help participate and do some cleanup of
the roadways, their, business in front of their businesses. It's mostly the roadways. Like PennDot has adopted a highway program, so some groups have adopted the highway. So you see them out there now cleaning up the part of the highway that they adopted.
Is there anything that takes place during this time frame that would be different from any other time? I mean, if I own a business, I could go out and clean up the road. But is there anything unique that's happening during this month?
Well, this time it's a collated effort between PennDot and the Great American Cleanup to get it all done.
There are also, I believe you had mentioned that there are some opportunities where we will actually give out some of the supplies, where the landfills are coming along and partnering and allowing it to be much easier for the corporations.
Right, during that time period, PennDot will provide gloves, vests, and garbage bags for the organizations to work on the cleanup.
So as we're celebrating this Earth Day, if there are any individuals or any corporations that want to be involved in helping to get the community cleaned up, to want to help clean up the litter, clean up the junk around the neighborhood, contact us. You can call our office at 963-4044, and we can get you the information on the Great American Cleanup of Pennsylvania. One of the other things, Mike, that I know that you've been directly involved in has been the cleaning of the islands here on Mulberry Street.
Yeah.
I know you've been part of this, but it's not just been you, it's been a number of organizations. Walk us through and tell us who has been involved in this work behind us.
Okay, as you see, this is the entranceway to Scranton. So the Safe, Clean, and Green Committee of Scranton Tomorrow and Main Street Scranton.
So let me back you up here. Scranton Tomorrow is the umbrella organization?
And they're part of the Main Street Scranton program.
Okay.
And what they did, they went out and got some sponsors. They've got, and raised some funds to make the entranceway to Scranton beautiful.
Okay.
So some of the organizations that participated in was us. We were here at the Chamber building. We had TSC, was a contractor that went out and cleaned out all the rocks and put down the beautiful mulch that you see out there.
All right.
We had Van Luger's Steakhouse and Posh at the Scranton Club donated to the efforts, and the Neighborhood Trust. The trees have just been trimmed, and as I was speaking to Scranton Tomorrow today, they're going to go out and plant flowers in the spring.
You know, you mentioned it before. There are two main entrances coming into Scranton. I normally come in from this side here whenever I come in. And my wife is in here today. She's bringing our son into a dentist appointment. And whenever you come in here, this is really the first view that you have of Scranton. And I think it's so nice that the businesses have come together, the Scranton Tomorrow, all the organizations came together, and especially on this Earth Day, for now, what they've done is put the mulch down and trim the trees and just cleaned up a lot of the litter that was out here as well.
And you know who else was a big help? The Penn State Master Gardener program is also helping with that project.
Oh, nice.
And
Very
they're
nice.
going to plant flowers out here for the summer, so it's nice, colorful when you enter the Scranton. The goal of the Scranton Tomorrow was to make sure the entrance of Scranton looked beautiful. It was really messy. There was weeds growing there, and they came and met with PennDot, and they adopted these islands here, and with the help of the merchants, the help of the business people, it's going to become a beautiful entranceway to Scranton.
Well, I'll tell you, just cleaning up the litter that was out there and putting the mulch down and trimming the trees has already done some tremendous work for making the entryway to Scranton look more beautiful already. And I, for one, I'm very much looking forward to what it's going to look like once the flowers are down. So thank you for your work with Scranton Tomorrow, and we do want to thank all the participants, the sponsors, everybody who was involved in this, from Scranton Tomorrow to the Chamber of Commerce, to those businesses that helped donate on this. We thank you very much for helping make this community a more beautiful community. The Pennsylvania legislature recently passed Act 89, which was the transportation funding bill. And one of the things that we hear from the public all the time is that they want to know that the money that's being raised from that is actually going into useful, needed projects. What I have here is a map of the upcoming construction season, and this is just for Lackawanna County. And I just wanted to point out some of the highlights of what's going to be taking place this summer. A lot of times with PennDOT, people are upset when we're not out working on the roads because the roads aren't getting fixed. But then when we're out working on the roads, they're sort of frustrated because we're out tying up traffic and working on the roads. But there's a lot of work that's going to be taking place here over the next few weeks to months throughout this construction season. Everything that you see on the map here, and I won't go through all of it, but everything that you see on the map here that's in this purple bluish color is up here because these are projects that are being funded directly through the recently passed transportation bill, Act 89, that was passed recently in the legislature. This includes things like State Route 247 going from Blakely all the way up to the line up here of Lackawanna County line. You also have Route 6 and 11 going from Clark Summit all the way out to the Wyoming County line out that direction is being funded through that. Some other things on 380, I know that's a one that has needed a lot of work. The Morgan Highway, I've heard from folks there already, the Morgan Highway, Newton Ransom Road. Grove Street in Clark Summit from the intersection of 6 and 11 up to about where the library is there on Morgan Highway. We're going to extend the work that we're doing for another almost about a third of a mile on Kaiser Avenue. But all of this work that you see right here is a direct result of the transportation funding bill. Along with that, we also have a whole lot of other work that we're doing. Some of it is federal aid paving, so meaning essentially this money comes from the federal government, this comes from the state government. But as you can see, there's a whole lot of work, more than we originally had planned before the transportation bill. And this is a good thing. Some people look at this and they get a little bit afraid because they see all the work that's going to be taking place. But this is the work that's very much needed. You'll see State Route 438 is another one. A good section of that is being done, almost 10 miles of State Route 438. And then down here, there's some other work being done on 307 Scranton-Pocono Highway. So this is just Lackawanna County. You can see as well there's a whole lot of work. This is Luzerne County here as well, and a lot of work taking place in Luzerne. The dots that you see here, these are a lot of the bridges that we're going to be working on. So you see that a lot of Pennsylvania is known for having our structurally deficient bridges. And so if you see a lot of the purple dots along there, those are interstate bridges that we're going to be working on. So Interstate 81 in Luzerne County, all the way down here, we're planning on doing a lot of work in the Pittston-Jenkins Township area. Anytime we work on bridges on 81, we try to maintain 2 lanes of traffic. There are very few times that it has to go down to 1, but as a general rule, we keep 2 lanes of traffic going through there. So these are all interstate bridges. The green dots are other bridges that we're working on. Bridges are one of those things that you don't really get to see the direct results coming like you do the paving, but we're doing a lot of bridges. We're also doing other work throughout the district. Our district covers not only Lackawanna and Luzerne, but we'll be doing a lot of work out in Wayne County, Wyoming County, Susquehanna, and Pike. So a lot of work taking place. If anybody wants any information on maybe specific projects that might be in their area, every week we send out a weekly roadwork report, and it will include all of this work on it. Simply email me directly at jamay@pa.gov, and we'll put you on our email list, and then whenever we have an upcoming project, we'll put it on our list and we'll send it to you and let you know what you can expect. That's a good way just to know what's going on, but also to plan your travel around that. Well, thank you for joining us on this time so far. Mike, in closing for our portion, you just want to highlight some of the upcoming events that we have coming on with PennDot.
Okay, well, this weekend, April 26th, there's two safety events going on. One is at the YMCA in Dunmore. It's Safety Children's Day from 10 to 2, and there's going to be several vendors there. PennDot will be there. We'll be there with some of our bike safety information. Also, Lackawanna County government is having a bike safety day at McDade's Park from 11 to 1, and they're going to be there with bike helmets, bike safety, bike rodeo, policemen will be out there. Then also there's going to be a car seat checkup on Tuesday, May 6th from 12 to 2 at the North Pocono in Moscow Elementary School on Church Street. So if you want to get from that area and you want to get your car seat checked, we have that available. And one big thing is that on May 2nd at the PennDot office in Dunmore from 10 to 2, if you have an old car seat that you want to dispose of, that you have in your garage or you have one that you're outgrowing, we'll be collecting them at the office from 10 to 2 on Friday, May 2nd. Oh, James, I just want to say one more thing down here on this Earth Day. Take a look at the beautiful island that we have down here. Thanks again to the Scranton Tomorrow and the Scranton Main Street program. Leslie Collins, the executive director, and the committee has done a nice job on that.
And on this Earth Day, the island is getting some much needed water, so that's a good thing as well. We want to thank you for joining us during this time. Because of the hard work of Mike Toledo and our safety press officer and our safety partners, there are a lot of programs that are available to folks to keep people safe on the highway and behind the wheel, whether it's programs for teenagers that we will go into schools, whether it's programs to keep the elderly behind the wheel as safely and as long as possible, programs for people who have children who want to get their car seats. There's a number of different events that we're always involved in, and if you would like to find out any more about any of those programs that we have, feel free to contact us. My direct email is jamay@pa.gov, or my phone number is 570-963-4044. And we'll be right back after these messages.